We'll hear from each who or what made them eat the way they do.
Segment we're focused on eating habits. How are they formed? Are they influenced by our parents, by our peers? How are our eating habits formed? And we're now joined by Christian Allen from St. Andrew Prep, Janelle Owens from St. Hugh's, Kajida Morrison from Alpha Primary, and Saeed Bernard from Michael Practicing. Guys, thank you very much for coming to share with us in this important topic. All right, we're going to start with, do you eat like your parents? Are your eating habits like your parents? Let's start with you, Saeed.
Yes, it's because anything that they'd usually provide for me to eat, they'd usually eat it. So I would have to eat it, so I don't have any choice. So.
You don't have a choice, you have to eat like your parents. Christian, do you eat like your parents? Are your eating habits similar to your parents?
Well, my eating habits are similar to my parents, but not exactly.
Right. Yes?
My eating habits are very similar because since we all eat together as one family, we would usually have one meal.
Yes.
And, well, it's slightly different, but generally.
See. Regina?
Do this. Well, if my mommy prepares something for the family to eat, and I decide, no, I'm not going to eat it, and my daddy take me to McDonald's or something like that, and I will be eating a burger or something. I will be eating.
So she's lucky, right? She didn't decide that she doesn't want this,
Very
right?
fortunate.
Yes. Well, tell me now, so you eat like your parents generally, but would you be willing to eat something absolutely horrible that you do not like if your parents are going to eat it with you?
Yes, I would. If they're encouraging me to eat it and they're eating it with me, I would want to try it and see.
Tell me about something that your parents eat that you don't like.
Cabbage.
Cabbage, you don't like cabbage.
Sometimes scallop.
Scallop?
Liver.
Liver.
I don't really like cheese and bread.
And they eat it a lot. But if they're encouraging you to eat the liver, which is good for you, would you eat it?
Probably I would take a taste it because if I see them eating it, it would encourage me into trying it because if they can eat it, I mean, so can I.
All right. Tell me now, how do you describe yourself as it relates to eating? Are you a big eater? What kind of eater are you? Yes.
I'm a healthy eater.
What is that?
I try to eat from all the 6 food groups.
Yes.
Well,
even at school?
Not always.
Not all the time. Yes,
I'm a healthy eater and a greedy eater.
And I agree with you. What is that? Tell me about that.
Well, I eat healthy food, but when it comes to, especially when the food is nice, I would eat it a lot. So I would hurry up and rush it off and eat it, and then I ask my mom for more.
All right, Christian, what kind of eater are you?
Well, I'd say I just kind of pick food.
You pick food.
I don't eat that much.
You don't eat that. Do you worry about that? Do you think that's a good thing? That's a good eating habit? Yes? You're happy and his mommy and daddy, they don't complain about, oh, you pick too much? No. What about you, Janelle?
I think I eat everything in moderation, so I think I'm a moderate eater. I eat very healthy foods. I try to be as organic as possible.
As organic? Explain that to us. Get down here.
I like to eat a lot of green vegetables, and so I can get foods from each food group. I'll try to make my meals be balanced, and so I would say I'm a very moderate.
Alright, but organic would mean eating the foods that you grow yourself without fertilizer, yes?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, when Saeed, when mom or dad serve the food, do they tell you why they're serving you this and why you need to eat it and why it's good for you?
Yes.
They do? For example, what do they say to you?
They'd say I must be strong and healthy and I can live long.
Yes.
And when I grow up, I will be strong and healthy to lift up my wife and...
Okay, yes.
My mommy said that when I eat the carrots, it helps my eyesight. It helps me to see better.
Right, so when mom gives you carrots, you know that she's giving you something that's going to help you not wear glasses too soon or so, right? What about you, Janelle?
Well, okay, they'll be pushing me to eat the foods, and they'll be saying, oh, come on, Janelle, just eat it. You'll get a lot of nutrients from it.
So what, like, which food they force you to eat that you don't like? And you know it's good for you because they say it's good for you.
Liver.
Liver is good for... What does liver do for you? Do you know?
I think it contains a lot of protein.
Iron, yes. Yeah.
And
Good. What about you, Christian?
Well, they make me eat and they say if I don't eat healthy, I might get sick.
So whenever they serve the food, usually they tell you why they're serving you this and the importance of eating the food. And that's a good thing, isn't it? Yes. Lastly now, tell me, how you spend your lunch money at school? Do you try to ensure that you... Tell me how you spend your lunch money at school. Yes. Yes, sir.
Sometimes depends on how the food is made and how it is served. And sometimes I just don't eat any lunch because I don't feel satisfied with food that they make.
If you were able to choose your lunch, if your school had everything, how would you spend your lunch money?
Well, with some curry chicken and rice and vegetables.
Okay, good, yeah.
If I could have bought anything that I wanted, I would buy a large box food.
Large one.
Yes.
And eat it all up.
Yeah. A box of orange juice, and because I'm a person that loves to drink water, I would buy a bottle of water.
Buy some water as well. Good. And you can eat all of that.
Well, I'd eat as much as I could, and if there's any more left, I'd leave it
Jenna,
later.
how do you spend your lunch money if you are allowed to?
well, I would make sure that the food that I get would be well balanced, and I would make sure that it's worth what I'm spending. Because well, if I spend a certain amount of money and the food isn't very well balanced, then I wouldn't really think that it's very satisfying to spend it.
Christian, you're a picky eater. How do you spend your lunch money at school? How would you want to... Do you take lunch at school, Christian?
No.
No. How would you spend your lunch money at school if you're...
I just buy one cooked lunch and a fruit juice.
Right.
And then after school I have a tiny snack.
Okay. Do your parents tell you how you must spend your lunch money, by the way? Sometimes. Do you obey them? Sometimes. Okay, alright guys, thank you so very much for sharing with us today. Christian, Janelle, Kajido, and Saeed. Thank you so very much for coming and talking to us today about food nutrition.
And this is where we'll have to close the pages of this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Please do tune in again tomorrow for another informative and interesting edition. And remember, this and other programs can be viewed online at www.jis.gov.jm. While you're at it, give us your feedback at Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the team here at the JIS, I'm Samantha Allen, wishing you and yours a safe and fun-filled weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.